If you're struggling to find your creative spark, today's project is just for you. Hello everyone, Miss Carrie here. Today I'm going to share some simple cards that are quick to make and should get some of those creative juices flowing. On my desk I have the You Rock kit from Color Rush Studio. I recently shared an unboxing of this kit and shared all the amazing components in the collection. In my unboxing videos, I like to do more than just walk you through the kit. I also enjoy showing you how to use the kit. So I gave you a link to some free color combination guides to help you mix and match the pieces in this collection. This is a much brighter kit than most of the ones you see this fall. The September collection includes an eclectic mix of vibrant two-sided pattern papers, Cool Boy thickers. I'm going to show you how to add color to these today. You also have a fun set of frazzles and ribbon, these little shaker stars, some hearts, the bits and pieces die cuts, and the Vicky B chipboard elements. As I create today's card making projects, I'll bring in a few additional supplies. As always, I encourage you to use what you have in your collection. But if you would like to replicate this project, a list of supplies can be found in the description below, along with my discount code to the Color Rush Studio monthly kit. Let's get started with the projects. This kit has a great retro vibe, so I thought it would be fun to create some cards with a 80s feel. I chose to create triangle shapes, and the easiest way to make those was in Cricut Design Space. To save some time, I'm using the Cricut Joy to cut out the pieces. The papers are thicker than a standard pattern paper, and like I said in my unboxing video, they have a glossy finish. That requires a higher cut setting. I set my materials to medium cardstock and the pressure to high. Irregular triangles like these can be cut by hand, but if you're experiencing a creative block, a simpler project might be what you need. Below, you'll find a link to my website with a Cricut Design Space file containing the triangle shapes. For those without a Cricut, I provided a link to a PDF file with the triangle shapes that you can trace. Now, once you've cut out your shapes, this is what you're going to need for the two cards. The first card is a horizontal orientation. I have the larger black check triangle, a pink triangle, and this 4" by 3/4 inch strip of blue cardstock. The card base is a standard A2 size in solid black, and I cut the white cardstock panel a 1/4 inch smaller so that I have a nice frame. The second card will be a vertical design. I have the two smaller triangles and a 3¼ inch by 1 3/4 inch piece of blue cardstock. For the card base, I have a 4¼ by 5½ inch solid black piece and a white cardstock panel cut a 1/4 inch smaller. Let's go ahead and start with that horizontal design. So I want my triangles to be slightly angled, and then I'll bring in the blue strip at the base, and this is where my sentiment will sit. Let me grab the two embellishment collections here. I like the idea of adding a large circle shape at the top, so I'll grab this frame and a smiley face. This is going to help balance out the sharp edges of the triangles and bring a nice pop of yellow to the design. For my sentiment, I'm going to use the thickers letters. I'm going to lay out the letters for the word cool here on the grip mat, and then I'll bring in spun sugar ink to add color to these. This grip mat isn't super sticky, so my letters aren't going to stick to it, but it is going to have enough hold to prevent them from moving when I'm adding color. The Cool Boy foam thickers have a matte plaid paper cover, and they're very easy to add color to. I chose to use a Distress Oxide ink because I wanted it to have a chalky finish, and the oxide ink will allow the plaid design to show through. With some double-sided tape, I'm going to adhere all the pieces in place. I switched the orientation of my triangles so that the pink triangle points down towards the sentiment. Like I said, I chose triangle shapes to give this a retro vibe, but you could also cut out some rectangles and lay them at an angle, or layer some square shapes, or bring in a mix of shapes and bright colors. If you're not a fan of that emoji, the kit also includes some florals and tags. You could add a stamped sentiment to the blue cardstock strip, or stamp a phrase on one of the chipboard shapes and add it to your card. Let me pop this down onto the black cardstock base real quick, and let's take a look at the first card. How simple was that? All right, let's assemble the second one. On the first card, I added a small amount of splatter, and I'm going to repeat that on the second card. I want more on this card, so I'll add it before I adhere the rest of the layers in place. Now, this is not a shimmery or glitter brush. It's actually a black flat paint brush. It dries quickly and it's perfect for splattering. Once again, I'm going to add color to the letters. This time I spelled out the words "You rock." I used a 0 for the letter O because I don't have as much space to work with this time. Last spring, I created an Easter scrapbook layout and used those thicker letters for my title. I created an ombre look with ink, and I want to do that again for this card. I've brushed a layer of spun sugar over the word rock. While that has a moment to set, I'm going to add some yellow to the letter U. Now I'm going to bring in 2 more pink hues and create a lovely ombre. I'll add a mid-tone pink at the base and blend it up towards the center. And then I'll bring in a darker hue and add it to the base of the letters. As you watch me add color to the thickers, I would love it if you took a moment to let me know you're enjoying today's project by tapping that thumbs up icon or leaving me a comment below. If you're one who enjoys simple card making projects like this one, you might enjoy some of my other videos. In my playlist are multiple card making, Cricut, and scrapbook projects that are simple to create, and hopefully they'll help you get your crafting mojo back. All right, those letters now have a lovely ombre look, and now all we have to do is assemble the card. Once again, I'll layer the triangles so that the pink one points down towards the sentiment. For this design, I'm going to layer a chipboard circle tag with a pink star. These will just sit up here on the right. Of course, you are welcome to use any of the other elements that are here in the chipboard or die cut collection. The word rock is going to sit across the base of the card. I'm so glad I used the 0 instead of the O because it is a really tight fit. I think I need something to place the letter U onto, so let me look through these chipboard pieces real quick. I like the idea of using this heart, so I'm going to go ahead and layer these 2 together. Let me finish adhering these in place, and then I'll share the finished cards with you. Here are the 2 retro cards we created today. I added some texture to each design with some black embroidery stitching. I feel like this elevated the designs and gave them a fun, funky feel. I also brought in some black enamel dots within the spatters to finish off the designs. These 2 bright, playful cards are simple to make using components from the You Rock kit. My goal today was to show you 2 card designs that you can easily replicate. Whether you choose to follow this pattern exactly or add your own twist, what truly matters is that you're engaging in a creative process. To make this process even easier, head on over to my website and grab the shape guides for these cards. A link can be found in the description below, along with my discount code for the Color Rush You Rock kit. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope this project inspired you to try something new. If you have any questions about this project or the supplies I used, feel free to post that in the comments below. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see what you create.